Hey guys, Xaryu here, and today I'm playing some Arcane Feral Druid Disc Priest, and I don't know if I've posted any of this comp on my YouTube channel yet. This is one of my favorite comps I've been playing recently, and the reason why is because it does so well against Hunter teams or Ret Hunter teams in general. For whatever reason, I think Arcane Mage does very well against Rets, and I want to actually go over my opener with you. So let me rewind this opener and really just take you through it. So here I started off Greater Invis, and then I'm going to pop my Mass Invis. In Mass Invis, you can cast a spell without it actually breaking until the spell cast finishes, which is very, very nice. So I can cast this Mark of Eluneth, but notice I'm still in stealth, so I can't get kicked on this ability. I'm going to set the Priest on my focus, cast this Mark of Eluneth, and get the Mark of Eluneth onto the Ret Paladin. This is my artifact ability. It's going to do quite a bit of damage. But also I'm going to Orb. This Orb is going out, and it's going to gain Arcane stacks, and it's going to do a bit of damage. I'm going to Spell Steal to get that shield off, and then I'm going to Arcane Explosion to get up to 4 stacks. Once I'm at 4 stacks, guys, I'm going to pop Arcane Power. Right before this Eluneth is about to proc, I'm going to pop Presence of Mind, and I'm going to do 2 instant Arcane Blasts. I do get scattered there. Get dispelled out of that CC, trying to get a full sheep onto the Priest, get that full sheep. Pally pops wing, so I'm trying to play a little defensive, but at the same time, this Pally is in a bit of trouble. Trying to get a resheep, I do get stopped, so I call it for the Fear. The Fear goes out onto the Priest. Pally's super low, there's Pain Sup that does come out, stun off onto the Priest. Pally's still low through this Pain Sup, gets a shield, shield gets purged by my Priest, well played by him. Pally's super low, and we do get Bubble. So out of this opener, guys, we really just got some CC on the Priest, used all of our cooldowns onto the Pally. When they were popping cooldowns, I was running around line of sight, not staying in line of sight for too long. As you can see, I'm kind of dodging in and out, not really just casting Arcane Blast. Arcane Blast, guys, shouldn't be really hard casting Arcane Blast too much as Arcane unless you are using your instant cast from Presence of Mind. It's a big mistake I see a lot of, lower rated maybe Arcane mages doing, is just casting Arcane Blast. Arcane Explosion to gain stacks. Arcane Barrage to release them. Missiles when you're at full stacks. You can cancel them so you don't get kicked, and that's pretty much how your burst should go. So we get the Bubble out here. My Priest is in CC. This is very important to note, guys. When my Priest is in CC and I can see that he's in CC, this is when I should be running. This is when I should be line of sight. And when he's out of CC is when I should come back to him so he can heal me back up. So he's in CC. I'm kiting. He gets feared, and the fear is about to end, and I'm coming back into his line of sight. Boom, here we are, getting heals. So kite when your healer's in CC. Come back to your healer when he's out of CC. Get pretty low here. Pain Sip comes out, block comes out, Pally dies. So the reason I like this comp right now in the meta, guys, is because it does well against Hunter teams, and Hunter teams are very, very prominent in the meta right now. Let's hop into another game. Here we are playing the same comp, so Arcane Feral Disc Priest, and we're fighting Marksman Enhanced Holy Pally this time. Very similar matchup to the Ret Hunter. We're going to go onto the Shaman, pretend he's a Ret Paladin, and we're going to go for similar CC. Trying to dodge that flare, but I do get found out. Pop my Mass Invis right as I get found, and do that same opener. So Mark of Eluneth, guys, with the Orb to follow, get the 4 stacks, and I'm going to pop my big cooldowns here. Hopefully we can get some cooldowns out of this. We get the Shaman's Wall, which isn't too shabby. I'm going to Trinket Temp Shield right there onto that stun, because they popped Bloodlust, they popped, this might be True Shot as well, and definitely pretty freaking scared. I should head over to a pillar, try to follow this Fear with a sheep. I blink, do get kicked there by that Hunter kick, and get a full sheep eventually there onto the Pally. Pedsack comes out here onto the Shaman, it's about to fade. Probably not going to have a follow for this next sheep. Paladin is forced to sack. So we've already gotten sack, guys. We've already gotten so many cooldowns. As Pally's getting low, we get the Pally into a stun. Pally is forced to Trinket, and Pally's trying to fake us, but he cannot fake us. He is forced into a bubble. I'm forced into a block. Overlapped with Pain Sub, so maybe could have held onto my block there, but I thought, we're about to win anyway. But maybe could have held that block there. So just at this point in the game, guys, the Pally has no human trinket. He has no bubble. He has no sack. The Shaman has no wall. This is they pretty much have nothing left. The Pally gets full feared, so if I could follow this with a sheep, or if my Feral could stun into a sheep, anything like that, and we just burst down the Shaman, that's very, very, very good for us. I blink out of the way, land that full sheep onto the Pally. So let me just rewind that, guys. So you can see the Pally's up here in the fear. the goal is to follow the CC. So you go to where the pally is being feared, blink to him, and then, you know, sheep him off the fear. You really have to be aware of where everything is, where everyone is, you know, during the fight, and really just CC them and follow the CC. And then we get the bash out of that, and then boom, we get the kill. So because of that awareness, because of that follow CC, we do get to follow that fear with the full sheep, and we get to take down the shaman there. So pretty awesome game. I'm against these guys here. I'll pause it on scoreboard if you don't look at damage. But once again, guys, the positioning, the, you know, running when my priest is CC'd, the big damage in the opener, and really just getting that CC follow-up, and then boom, taking down that shaman relatively quick. Alright guys, heading into a third game here, actually, just pretty quick games. It's Arcane Feral here. We're fighting another Ret Hunter, which is one of the most popular comps on ladder. I actually did a video, I'll link it here somewhere, about how to beat Ret Hunter, and this comp is just really a comp that does very well against Ret Hunter. So if you're an Arcane Mage, Feral Druid, or a Disc Priest, or you can even play with a Resto Druid that wants to do well against Ret Hunter, I would recommend this comp going into the last 2 weeks of the season. So here, guys, very similar opener. Mass Invis, Mark of a Lunith, Orb, you know, pretty standard stuff here. Arcane Explosion to get 4 stacks. We do get Pet Sack. I'm not popping Presence of Mind quite yet. I do it right now. We get Wings out of the Pally. Priest is in CC. This time they're going on my Feral Druid a little bit. So I'm pushing in to try to get some CC. Now that they're turning their attention towards me, I could start kiting, but my Priest is out of CC. So I'm just going to stay in my Priest line of sight. They're back on my Feral Druid now. Going to try to get some type of CC off here, get that half sheep onto the Priest. Maybe going into a stun. There's the stun on the Priest from my Feral Druid. This Ret Pally is just running for his dear life. I do get stunned up by that binding shot into a scatter shot, trying to avoid this fear, get out of you know, position for that fear, which is nice. Throw the Hunter into a sheep briefly there, trying to kite a little bit. Shouldn't be in the open for too long, but the powered barrier here from my Priest makes it kind of okay for me to stand in the open. Do land that full sheep onto the Priest. Huge damage onto the Pally. This should be bubble, but I don't know if it is because that Pally's doing a pretty good job line of sight, and we get a half sheep onto the Priest there. Follow it up with a quarter sheep. See if we can get any type of follow CC. Frost Nova him so he stays into place. My Priest gets full hodged right here. Not sure if it's going to be followed by a trap or not. Doesn't look like it, and we do manage to force out bubble, answering it from the Priest there, in fact. Sheep the Hunter in this downtime. As Arcane, guys, you don't want to sheep too much, because if you get kicked and you're a sheep, then you can't really do damage either. But you want to sheep when you definitely know you can get it, or when it's just really needed. So there's some opportunities to sheep, but not very many. Feral, once again, getting so low here. I cannot believe he survives. So maybe he doesn't survive. Maybe I picked out a losing game. You guys won't know. But I sheep this Priest here. Pally's getting so low that Bob comes out, and boom, he does go down. So he does survive. We picked a winning game. But yeah, doing very well as this comp against Ret Hunter. And I thought you guys might want to know this, because going into the last 2 weeks of the season, you're kind of looking for a comp to play, maybe on Group Finder, maybe with your friends. I would definitely suggest Arcane Feral. It's kind of like a weird comp. You can try Fire Feral as well. I think that's very good as well. But I've been wanting to try this comp for a while. Actually, some random YouTube video. I've actually played it with Beanslayer before at like the start of the season, and we did pretty well, and I just didn't really think much of it. But now that I'm playing it again, it's a very fun comp. So try it out for yourselves, guys. Let me know how you do. Thumbs video up if you liked it. Thumbs it down if you didn't. Talk to me in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!